Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 6th grade concept of graphing on the coordinate plane. This is standard 6.11a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 34 of the 2025 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we have a coordinate grid here, and we need to simply find the ordered pair -3, -4. Now, we've got 4 different quadrants here, so I'm going to label them up here. Quadrant 1 is where we started when we first were introduced to the coordinate grid in 5th grade. Everything was positive, and it looked a little bit more like this, and you just had your your lines here, and your x was here, and your y was here, and that's all you did. Now, in 6th grade, we go into the negatives. We extend both of our axes, either left or down. So, quadrant 2, let's go ahead and label this. Quadrant 1 has got a positive x, positive y. That's where we started in 5th grade. Quadrant 2 actually includes negative x values, but positive y values. Quadrant 3 is the exact opposite. It's the mirror of quadrant 1. Because it's got both negatives, negative x and negative y. And then I've got a positive x, negative y for our final quadrant, so it goes counterclockwise like this, and it's quadrant 4. And in case you're wondering, how do we remember the order and the direction? If we start up here, and I'll draw it on the outside, it's like we're drawing a capital C, and that C is for coordinate grid. And so if we start where we would draw our letter C, that kind of gives us the order of the 4 quadrants. Now, since we have a negative x and a negative y, you notice we've got a -3 and a -4. That means we are going to be down here, quadrant 3. So we're really looking at 2 different numbers there, or 2 different sets of numbers which correlate with P and R. So we can go ahead and eliminate Q and eliminate T. So if we know our coordinates, we can go ahead and get rid of 2 possible answer choices. Now, the trick here is which one is the X and which one is the Y. Well, as I was labeling these coordinates, you notice I always put the X in front and the Y second. So when we were looking at the quadrants, it's always the X first, the Y second. Now, sometimes the X is negative or positive, sometimes the Y is negative or positive. And so we always have our X value first because alphabetically X comes before Y. So let's take a look at P right here. Okay, so our X value, our X coordinate is horizontal. So we're going to go like this, going back and forth. And so if we go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so it is going to have a value, and I'm going to bring it out here, of -4. And then if we're looking at the Y value, it also has a negative. The Y value is vertical. So Y goes up and down. That's the one thing we need to remember for our coordinate grid. X goes side to side. Y goes up and down. 1, 2, 3. So it's got a -3. And so if we were to look at this line right here and this line right here, where do they touch? They touch at that spot, and that is at P, -4, -3. That's not what I'm needing. That's the reverse of what I need. So it's not that, so we are assuming it's R, but let's just double check. First, X value, side to side. 1, 2, 3. It goes right there. So -3, because it's 3 to the left of 0. And then let's go vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 down. So that's 4 below the origin, 0, 0, which means it's -4. And you'll notice what we've got right here. -3, -4 is our xy coordinate. It's exactly what we are looking for. So it's not P. It is point R, which we just proved. Our answer is C.